What really impressed me was her commitment, like how quick she was able to commit in and out of a scene. That was like, you really got to see that, well, this person's been doing this for a while. Me, I've been doing this 5 minutes. I mean, you can.
The way we like to do things here at Young Entertainment is really do like the masterclass moments and learn about the process behind each, film and project that an actor does. So I'm curious, let's start at the beginning. What did you do to get ready for an audition like this?
A lot of jumping down with my fingers like this.
I
Uh,
love it.
yeah, just reading the book, reading the script multiple times, just you get ready because, you go through audition and audition and audition for all the projects in the world. But then when a project comes across your desk and you're just like, oh, Joey King, McGee, Netflix, all these things, you're like, oh my God, I am now really nervous all of a
Yeah,
sudden. Yeah, so you just have to like, again, just like really just be yourself, zen yourself in, and just go through the process. Because look, what have you got to lose?
yeah,
It's 100% of the shots you don't take. I tried to
that's
compare.
right. So just the jumping up and down, that kind of is like getting your
Yeah, for some
going.
reason, I don't know why, but for me, whenever I do an audition and I get really nervous, I get really cold. I
Oh,
don't know.
interesting.
Yeah, so like for me, it's like I need to build this heat up. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I need to jump up and down. It's like I need like one of those little trampolines. Where you
Yeah,
just
that's fantastic.
work on your breath.
Yeah. Totally. Well, do you remember where you were when you found out that you got the role and like what was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I was actually on the set of another series that I was doing in New York, which was super
Casual.
cool. Yeah, casual. Come on, man. Super grateful. It was an awesome series called Bridge and Tunnel. Worked with some great people, but I remember I had like a couple missed calls, and I couldn't answer. I'm like, oh, I can't. I'm in the middle of a scene right now. So then, we break for lunch. I go and I call my manager. I'm like, hey man, so we offered you the role. Listen, and I'm like, my appetite's gone. Thanks. I've
Right.
been here all day.
That's
Thanks.
wild.
Now I can't even eat because I'm just too
Yeah.
excited. I'm jumping up and down. I have like 2 more weeks till I wrap here, and now all I
Right.
can think of is like 2 weeks after today because now I'm gonna be going to another state to film a movie that I didn't think I would get, and now I'm here. Like this
Mm.
is insane. So
What a whirlwind.
yeah, yeah. I mean, things happen in this industry that sometimes you just can't explain.
Sure, absolutely.
You
Well, you
know?
mentioned Joey King earlier, especially when you looked at the breakdown of the audition and everything. To work with her, is there anything that you, from an actor's perspective, kind of learned just by like watching her do her thing?
Yeah, I just honestly, maybe what really impressed me was her commitment, like how
Mm.
quick she was able to commit in and out of a scene. That was like you really got to see that, well, this person's been doing this for a while. Me, I've been doing this 5 minutes. I mean, you can tell, you really admire it because it allows you to realize like, wow, there's so much room for improvement as an individual, but also you just see how committed she is and why she is where she is today, as Joey King. Like you see her talent. I remember off set, um, well, when we were done with the scene, we were talking, and she started talking Russian. I'm like, what?
What?
She was like reciting this thing that she did in Russian at one point, and I was like, "You speak Russian?" I mean, I have a couple of Russian friends, but what do you? She's like, "Yeah," and then she went on through this whole dialogue in Russian, and I'm like, "Whoa, holy cow, that's
Crazy. What
mad."
can't she do?
Yeah, crying on cue, all these things. I was like, "That's she's just you can just tell she's full of talent, man, full of talent."
Absolutely. Well, for the film itself, I mean, especially like your scenes, you had a lot of physical moments, especially the one with the helicopter. That was wild. Like what was something like, I don't know, can you break that down for me? Like what do you have to do physically during the scene? Like what is you? And also like how do you prepare for something like that? Like how do you are you at the gym? Like what's that sort of thing like? I don't
Actually,
know.
I'm very grateful for Netflix because the past two projects that I've done, Uglies and Tall Girl 2 with them, they had provided us a gym on set.
Whoa,
That's insane.
very cool.
Yeah, I was like using that thing every day. I love to work out. It's like part of my DNA. But I was just in there. I was like, well, I mean, Croy, he's got no sleeves, so I gotta
Pump some iron.
pump some iron, do some push-ups or something. Thanks, Netflix. I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
but yeah, like it was really cool because I love action. I'm a big action
Oh
guy.
yeah.
Jason Statham, I love the fights. The Tom Cruise, the this and that. Like I'm just, I can watch that stuff all day. James Bond, love. What can you not love? And so for me to be a part of a movie like this, like you telling me I'm gonna be on a helicopter with a flamethrower looking sick, right? That's my first time, first of all, on a helicopter in my whole
Oh
entire life.
wow.
Yes. So think about that. It's like I'm on a helicopter for the first time in my life, making a movie. I'm like living my life, living my dream, and I'm shooting fire through something. I'm looking at a camera. I'm like dressed like a crazy guy. I don't know, with biceps all of a sudden.
Right.
I'm just like,
No pressure, right?
no pressure. Let me just not ruin this shot of a helicopter flying and me hanging out of it. Like
Oh
it was
gosh.
so intense. You don't really prepare for it. You just mentally get acquainted with the reality of it all. You know,
I
like
love it.
that's the truth. It was amazing.
It's hilarious talking to you like about the reality of it because like how is this real life? Like that's
Yeah,
so
yeah. Like
crazy.
seriously, it's like I feel privileged. I'm privileged. I feel privileged. This is amazing
Right.
that I can say, "Hey, look, I'm an actor." Like
Yeah,
I
that's
work.
incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious, obviously there's two different sort of like worlds, I'm curious how, filming in like Smoke versus like Pretty Town, how did that kind of differ for you? And did that kind of having those different, I guess, environments help your acting and kind of get you into a rhythm of the different worlds?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it did too much because the majority of the time I spent you know, my character's, exploration,
Right.
in the smoke. And that's
Hmm.
really where I spend the majority of my time. I don't think I went to Pretty Town other than when oh, I can't spill anything. You're gonna
Yeah,
make me
don't say it, don't say it.
spill. No, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, I stayed in the smoke. It was super fun, but it did influence my character a whole lot because it made you realize that like it was really when you're in the smoke, it's not really such a one character type moment. Like everyone is doing everything together, and like that was really cool
Totally.
because whether you're dancing or making fire, or eating, and all these things, like that's the whole point why we're there.
Of
To
course.
be yourself, like everybody love each other. We don't know where our parents are because they turned pretty and we're still ugly, right? Like this is who we are. This is our family. This is our home. We have to protect one another. So that was really cool for me, and it does influence that. And of course, no sleeves and 20 degrees. It's in the middle of the winter. You know, had to toughen
Brutal.
it out. My lips
Yeah, I
turned
gotta do
blue.
those jumps, you know?
I got to do those jumps even more. I'm like,
Yeah,
this.
totally. I love it. If you could describe your character in 1 to 3 words, what would those words be?
I would say protective,
Mm,
uh, loving, but also intense.
yeah. Oh my God. Those are perfect. Totally makes sense. See them all. Um, that's
Loving,
awesome.
protective, intense. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that perfectly encapsulates that for sure. 100%.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's how
Yeah,
I approached it at the end of the day.
love it.
You gotta have to kind of have to pick away a little bit from yourself. You have to pick from yourself. What traits do we have in common? What can I bring to
Totally.
and
Now,
that's
in preparation, we talk to a lot of people, and a lot of them use music to kind of like, or like a mood board perhaps for their characters. Did you use any of that to get into your character, or perhaps just in like the smoke world sort of thing?
yeah, mainly into my character. I had this like vision that he just liked rock, like heavy metal, Metallica
Sure.
for some reason. I was just because I saw him as like this protective kind of guy, this loving guy that loved his friends, and he's protecting the world from what's out there from Tally or whatever it may be from the pretties, but also he's intense, like he's willing to everything that he does, he's fully committed at doing it. And I don't know, I think Metallica kind of just got me into that mood, you know? Enter
For
Sandman,
sure.
Justice for all these crazy things. I'm just like, here comes Croy. It's like my back, you know? Croy.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that will help you like warm up a little bit too, just
Yeah, it did.
rocking.
It did get the heart pumping a little bit. I'm like, well, heart's racing, but I'm still cold. I need Metallica. I need Metallica.
There you go. Well, this has been absolutely perfect. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I know you got a busy day, so thank you so much for taking the time and
Thank you so much.
congratulations on
I really
everything.
appreciate it. Thank you. It's very kind of you. I appreciate it.